Be prepared.
It's very easy to gain weight here.
Unfortunately, your friendships will be affected. If you are finding problems in your home country, try to work on them inside yourself first before you go to a new country.
Hello, welcome back to our channel. We're out on the rooftop today. It's the second day of winter, so we're just enjoying this nice, not too hot weather. Today, we wanted to talk to you about things to consider before moving to Thailand. We know there's a lot of videos out there on this subject, but we wanted to talk about things that we aren't seeing people talk about that we think are important on the topic. Also, quick note, we are matching today. We knew you guys like that, so we're matching again today.
Yeah, where did we get these shirts from, Tiana?
Actually, we got these in Pai, which is in the north of Thailand.
Little hippie town about 3 hours from Chiang Mai. Yeah, very beautiful part of the world up there, beautiful mountain views. And yeah, these are Pai shirts.
Yes. The first thing that should be considered is to be prepared for all of your friendships and relationships with family members to change.
When you move to a new country, or to be honest, even just when you move to a different city in the same country, no matter what your intentions might be beforehand, unfortunately, your friendships will be affected.
Where you thought the bonds will always be there, they end up drifting away or completely changing.
It is an unfortunate sacrifice that you may have to make to be able to take steps towards your dreams and ambitions. The next one is be prepared to miss important milestones of family members and friends. Weddings, birthday parties, your baby cousin's first steps, when your mom's tomato plant finally starts growing nicely.
Nowadays, we do have video chat and things, so you can be in touch through video chat and see these things through video, but you still can have that sense of missing out or feel the distance in that way. You won't always be there for these significant moments in people's lives who are important to you. And that's one thing to consider if you can handle, if you're planning to live abroad for long term.
It is something you will need to sacrifice, unfortunately, to take steps closer towards your dreams and ambitions. Should we change camera angle?
Yes,
I've done that yet.
Good idea.
Change angle. Tiana peed her pants. She has to change them.
Not true. So the next point is trips home can be very expensive if you're planning on living here, especially depending on how far you're coming from.
As we mentioned before, there are certain things that you will need to miss with your friends and family. And in terms of trying to take trips home to catch those things, you can't make them all, unfortunately. So you will need to decide as you go, but what will I unfortunately just have to miss, and what am I absolutely not willing to miss, even if you have to take a bit of a financial hit to do that.
The costs can add up because of not only the flights, but also assuming you're working locally, the money you make here doesn't go as far as it does here in a Western country.
Expenses such as groceries, meals at restaurants and cafes, drinks,
accommodation, and activities that your friends and people that are happy to see you might want to do.
Public transport, ride share.
Or renting cars and things back in Western countries. It can easily cost a lot more than it can cost here potentially. So that's one other thing to consider, is that those trips home can't easily break the bank.
Chances are you'll be earning a lower wage here than what you earned in your previous country.
Unless you're in the position where you're able to work remotely and secure the same income from a Western country here, then you may not have this problem. However, that does come with its own challenges, such as job stability, not being able to have a local bank account, exchange rates fluctuating, as well as not having that pathway to stay in Thailand with permanent residency if stability is something that you desire. Another challenge that you should consider thinking about is not knowing what your future will hold due to changes in immigration policies.
Factors such as changes in immigration policies, changes to visa statuses, and just honestly not knowing what to expect for the next 12 months or even the next 2 to 3 or 5 years. That lack of absolute certainty is something to consider.
For us, this is why a potential path to permanent residency was something that we really held dear. We wanted to make sure that because we're devoting our working years and we're putting money into visas, we wanted to get something in return from the country. We don't want to just pour money and time and our work ethic into a country where it does not guarantee us a pathway to stay permanently if we decided to. And I know for some people that's not important. For you, it may not be important. You might just want to kind of live in the moment, experience living here. You don't care about like the investing your time and energy and things. So this may not apply to everybody, but for us, it was important to be able to have the opportunity to secure a pathway to permanent residency if we chose.
The next one, moving won't solve your problems. It's being heavily marketed on social media, YouTube, etc., that if you move countries, all your problems will be solved. But truth is that to solve your problems, you need to change yourself. You need to work on yourself. Moving countries will not just solve all of your problems overnight if they are still in here. And in here, if you are finding problems in your home country, try to work on them inside yourself first before you go to a new country.
When you move, you exchange your problems for new ones, or the problems you already have exacerbate.
If you're struggling to manage and save money in your home country, just moving to a cheaper country alone will not solve those problems, because managing the money is the issue. And even if things are cheaper in your new country, you may very well find that you are still spending all your money. You're not hanging on to it. You're not putting it away.
But you guys have been spending like you're in Congress.
You're not spending it on useful stuff, and you're not refraining from buying stuff that is not essential.
Things can be cheap, but they can be expensive as well. And the little things, the cheap things add up, and so does the expensive things.
We've been asked the question quite a few times, Thailand must be really cheap, right? And you see it on YouTube. Is Thailand expensive? Is Thailand cheap? Short answer, yes with an if. Long answer, no with a but. If you decide to live in a lavish apartment without thinking about your budget, and then you eat the best of the best food every night of the week, remember, Bangkok is a foodie's paradise, then you will struggle to save money, okay? It will add up. However, if you are smart with your decisions, if you live in a condo that is within your budget, that you're happy with, and then you eat out in moderation, and then you also take the time to cook some meals at home, and then even eat at local street market type places, then, and only then, does Thailand become a more affordable, relatively cheap place to live.
There's so many shiny things, amazing restaurants, incredible experiences to lure you in to spend your money. I will say that here vendors and companies, they don't chase you down the street trying to get you to buy like they do in other countries, but they're very good here at upselling and marketing great value things that they have.
So it can be easy to lose track of how much you're spending. And and when you move to a new country, or even when you just holiday in a different country, the money often doesn't feel like real money. because you're used to your home country currency. Keep a track of what you're doing, what you're spending. Remember, it is real money, even if it's called something different here.
Mm-hmm.
And do things within your budget. Don't necessarily live the good life every single night of the week. Take some nights of the week to cook at home and to eat super local. That will help you financially.
And another point that I want to make, since we're talking about food, is it's very easy to gain weight here. There's a lot of incredible food, and not all of it's healthy. It may look healthy, but when you see them make it, it's not. A lot of the smoothies that you can buy on the street, the fruit smoothies, yeah, they use real fruit. They use coconut water, but they add a huge spoon of simple syrup in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the foods are fried, greasy, and they're good. So it's very easy to gain weight. And that's why cooking at home is a better alternative sometimes to at least implement in sometimes. So you have control over what you're eating. We bought a blender and we make our own smoothies at home. We cook at home at least every week, quite often.
When it comes to buying drinks such as coffee, smoothies, etc., they will pretty well always ask. In fact, they will always ask, how sweet do you want your drink? In other words, how much sugar? And to be honest,
sugar.
Yeah, they're surprised when you say no sugar.
Yeah.
A coffee, smoothie, something like that. Yeah, if you say no sugar, they'll say, what, no sugar? No sugar? Okay. Be prepared.
Oh, that was a nice singing voice. Just as easy as it is to go broke from food here, is just as easy to put on weight. The next tip is related to that. Really know yourself when it comes to food and what you can tolerate. What I mean by that is when we came, we were saying, okay, we're going to eat super cheap. We're just going to eat local Thai food. But after a couple of months, we started to get bored of that, and we wanted to have all of the incredible food options that's available here in Bangkok. So if you're coming thinking, okay, I'm just going to be spending $5 a day on my meals, yes, it's possible, but you're going to be eating kind of the same things every day. If you're a person where you can do that, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you're someone like me, I get super bored eating the same thing. I like variety. You have to be realistic about increasing your food budget. Also, imported ingredients can really add up.
Because of importing fees, yes, you can find grocery items from your home country, such as Australia, the US, Canada, UK, at the grocery stores here, such as Tops, Lotus, and Villamart, yes. But that they will come at a price because of importing fees. They may even be more expensive than they are in your home country.
Sometimes they have local alternatives, but they don't really taste the same. So it would change the outcome of your dish potentially. So be mindful of that. If there's some dishes that you cannot live without, you'll have to be willing to pay for that.
Protein pasta is our example.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't find the protein pasta.
That's just as good as the one that we like in Australia. They have a brand here, which they have in Australia as well, but I don't like that brand. There's one particular brand that we like. We loaded up on it and brought it with us here, which I'm so glad we did.
That's right. We took quite a few packets here. And next time we visit Australia, we will be bringing more back to Thailand yet again.
On the topic of expenses, our next tip is that if you want a luxury lifestyle, be willing to pay for it. Just like in your home country, luxury costs extra, it does in Thailand as well. If you want more than the simple basic necessities here, you need to be willing to spend for it. A lot of people come here because they see videos online like this is cheap, that is cheap, but it's cheaper. But like, for instance, like the apartments, they're cheaper, but it's going to be small as well. So don't expect a king's palace size apartment on a ramshack budget. Lifestyle here is more affordable, but if you're willing to live the simple, minimalistic lifestyle.
If you want to do big city activities, such as going to rooftop bars, escape rooms, karaoke private rooms.
Oh, yeah.
These things come at a cost.
And often a lot of these fun activities are Western price or slightly cheaper than Western price.
Other bills to consider includes gym memberships. There are plenty of global gym brands around.
And they are Western price, if not more. There are some affordable gyms as well, but if you want the luxury high amenity gym, you'll pay Western price for it. Other expenses are health insurance, medical bills, and hospital visits. If you want the private hospital with no wait time, luxury amenities, you're going to pay Western price for that. I will say you get better value at those hospitals here than you do at the Western hospitals, but it's Western price.
Make sure you got the budget for it.
That's right. Or
Public or university hospitals.
public hospitals, they are cheap, especially compared to Western country, but you're going to be waiting all day, most likely to be seen. If you want something in between, you can consider university hospitals. University hospitals, you won't be waiting all day, but you will have to wait. However, they're not as expensive as private hospitals, but they're not as cheap as public hospitals. They're a nice in between. The Thai society tends to look out for their own. He sent them on their way, but we had to pay a fine.